Chunk. What's up, Noel? How you doing? You chunk till I mine 1,024 chunks. Very true. How you doing, Pixel? How you doing, Perry? Hello, everyone. Woke up an hour ago from a nap. I had a session. I got 320 offline earlier. You should play online. I don't know why anyone plays offline. Rate change. Okay. I assume that means you're playing on like that client. Oh, where's my timer? That's the one thing I don't have open. I mean, look, to be fair, Laser did add something that is a complete game changer for me, which is having insta-fade circles. That was actually one of the things I played that one client for, but now it's on Laser, so you were just collecting the melons. Played Slime Rancher for 8 hours. Awesome. How you doing, Thor? Good luck, Pixel. How you doing, Bat? Doing very good. Back in your university city. Treat yourself to a second monitor. Nice. I need to get myself a third monitor. I feel like it makes streaming a lot easier, because my second monitor is extremely cluttered. And the problem I'm having is I have to, like, arrange it every single time before I start streaming, which is... It's not a big deal, but I would like to remove an unnecessary point of tension, if I could. A rabies vaccine? Oh boy. What were you up to now where you need a rabies vaccine? Hoping to work with animals next year, so having pre-exposure vaccine is good for those kind of jobs. Yeah, that makes more sense. Although I don't know, in my head, I think it's a little funnier. Just like you just have like a giant bite mark on your arm, just be like, and then you're just casually like, yeah, I gotta get my rabies vaccine. Just a comically large bite. Oh my goodness, you're enslaving your own kind? How dare you? Good luck. But yeah, that's good to take your precautions. You definitely should not be trying to do stuff without the necessary precautions taken care of. This is mine. I mean, also a common trope of not as recent times too, to be fair. Maybe it's just a common trope of all the times. Sounds like you may mostly be helping with recording data and helping with equipment. Good experience, be able to see about TV and all properly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hopefully at least even just being in proximity, you will feel some joy, even if you are not necessarily doing the thing you want to do directly yet. There'll be a ton of moths as well. Awesome. You will be eating good. I mean, you will be having a great time. Excuse me. Hello, Jonathan Swag 83. How are you doing? Yeah, hopefully you're recovering. I mean, I'm tired, but it is now technically the start of my weekend. So I'll have the next 3 days off. Awesome. Downloaded 2 old cookbooks from the 1870s to see if Denmark has any culinary history at all. Save recipes, maize, animal. Huh. I would not know anything about Denmark and its culinary history. I know nothing about the Danes. Forge. Forge definitely sounds like the peak of European culinary prowess. Like, I feel like in my brain, because I'm not cultured at all outside of, like, France and Italy, all of European culinary stuff I can think of is just slop and gruel. Or some variation of slop and gruel. Legos. Lego. Wait, I should use some Legos. I mean, is there anything actually cool about Denmark? I literally know nothing about Denmark. There are like 20 pages of here's the ingredients for potato flour porridge. You need potato flour, butter, sugar, cinnamon. And then on the next page is here's the ingredients. Okay, so you just need flour, butter, and sugar for every dish. Makes sense. was also taking like 30 minutes to make mayo because they didn't have hand mixers. That makes sense. I don't know why they would spend 30 minutes making mayo when they could just grab it from the store. Are they stupid? They should have just used their KitchenAid. Their KitchenAid in the 1870s would have helped them. I actually have no idea when mayo would have been commercialized. Raisins. I mean, raisins aren't the worst thing. Raisins are just like dates, but if they were worse. That's how I feel about raisins. They had a recipe for cheap bread cake that was like if you have old bread, you can make a cake by soaking it overnight in water. You should look up water pie. I think this was a Great Depression era food in the United States. It's not very good, but you didn't really have many choices for desserts when you were completely broke in the Great Depression. So I could believe that kind of recipe, just like soaking bread in water. Chocolate cake with a lot of vinegar. That sounds disgusting. Sweat. So true. How you doing, Muffin? This song is awesome. Using a lot of beer. I mean, that's not shocking to me. One of the books also had a lot of chapters about what women ought to do in the household for their man by percent of the times. Oh, I didn't realize you were reading a book from the 2020s. I thought this was an 1870s book. It's also hard to read the text, but got used to after 25 minutes looking at it. Yeah. Any wench born after 1438 can't subsistence farm. All they know is local tavern, stare at sundial, show thy ankle. I don't even know what that means. Consume spice and utter falsehoods. I feel like we're kind of combining time periods and technologies there, but you're not wrong. Very true. Hello, Starry. Just doing my nightly chunk after work. Mm. I mean, you just gotta use whatever you got. Back in the day, you definitely could not afford to be as picky as we are now. You don't like using a lot of spices at the same time? Because spices were probably a lot more expensive back then. I mean, we've literally fought wars over spices. So I think it's more just not wanting to blow the entire budget on spices rather than they don't like to use spices. Because otherwise they probably would just use a ton of spices in their cooking, I would think. I could be wrong, but that's just the assumption I have. This is like 30 years after we stopped doing slavery. God, that is depressing. You know, I look at the system of society we have now, and I'm like, I don't know if we ever really stopped doing slavery. We just don't do like the blatant chattel slavery anymore, or at least for the most part. I mean, back in the 1870s, we were not globalized in a way where you could just pretty much make anything anywhere you wanted. Is there a trunk left behind in the middle? That there is. It will make sense by the time we end the project. For now, do not worry. It will be mined either way, so don't worry about it not being mined. It will be mined. In Denmark, we used to sail to West Africa, Ghana, pick up slaves, pack them extremely tightly, and both the Caribbean. Yep. Grow sugar, sell sugar. Yep. Yep. That sounds exactly right to me. That's pretty much what I learned. And the conditions on those boats were dire, like, for everyone involved. Like, I mean, no one really cares about, like, the white people on board, because, frankly, you shouldn't respect them, but, like, it is kind of crazy to think about that, like, the people that were, like, in charge of these boats, or, like, on these boats that aren't slaves, also endured really terrible conditions sometimes because of the fact that these boats were so tightly packed that it just became disease heaven, or like a diseased bottle that you cannot escape from. It's just a very insane thing. I'm watching the pig. It's really sad that we really only stopped slavery because we either had to kill each other over it or just decided it's not profitable anymore. It's really sad to learn, especially as I get older, that, like, we are possibly one of the worst creatures to exist on this planet in terms of our cruelty. I mean, I would say we are. I can't think of any other creature that's as cruel as we are. Certainly not to the same scale. I mean, the cruelty we inflict onto each other and onto every other facet of our planet and every other creature on this planet is staggering. Yeah. I mean, look, being one of the first to step away from it is still a good thing, but it is just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, but you could have just not done slavery. You could have just seen human beings as human beings as the sentient beings they are. Like, I just don't understand how anyone could do something like slavery and not feel bad without literally being mentally ill. Like, to me, it seems like mental illness to genuinely believe that you can enslave another human being and think that's fine. I mean, not like anyone in here, I think, is going to argue for the morality of slavery. We weren't as smart back then. We really are not different at all from the people from just 150 years ago. There was plenty of people that were smart enough to know. But there was also plenty of people smart enough to abuse people. Well, now we are not doing slavery. Well, we're not doing chattel slavery for the most part, but we've kind of turned other systems into de facto slavery or indentured servitude or however else you want to categorize it. So I don't think we really ended slavery. We more just tamped down on the cruelest aspects of it. Oh, and also, really, there is still chattel slavery in the United States. Do you want to know where that is? That is the prison system. Because in this country, you can literally be used as a slave if you're a prisoner in this country. Like, it is in our constitution. So it's just like we still have it. It's just like that is fair. Really? Do you think having people that are innocent of a crime is fine to punish them that way? Do you think people who are locked up for drug offenses really should be forced into like slavery? I think that is not just in any way. By the way, I'm not saying everyone in jail is innocent. Obviously not. But for those who are... But my broader point is more that I don't think anyone should be forced into slavery. I don't care how bad they are. That's not right to do. That doesn't, like, that literally doesn't make you better than the people that you locked up in the first place, if you're willing to do that to people. They get food, bed, and a toilet. Okay? We gave them very basic things for survival, as we should. That still doesn't mean that they aren't slaves, or being treated poorly. I mean, enslaved people also got food, beds, and toilets. To some level. I think it's crazy to see those, like, California vote to ban involuntary servitude, and the majority says, nah, let's keep it. Yeah, I mean, it's just, like, it's inhumane. It's not... How do I want to say this? I think no matter how bad of a person you might have on your hands locked up in prison, I still don't think it means that you should be able to torture them in any way that you please. You can also just put people in prison for fun and get free labor and W profits. That's what I mean. Like, that literally happens in this country. We literally put innocent people in prison, and we get to reap the benefits of it. There are death penalties in the US. Yep. We have the death penalty, depending on which state you live in, and you will be executed by the state. And that is something that has like been legal and is frankly one of the most immoral things we do to our own citizens. Like, again, I really don't care how bad of a person you are. Killing them is not justified in that way. I really just don't see it being like, maybe you can say that like they are literally not worth keeping in society, but that's what imprisonment is for. That is the punishment. I think death penalty is fine for figures like certain billionaires, corrupt officials. Okay, here's what I'll say. I always, in my opinion, think we should try and do things non-violently unless there is literally no way for us to resist. I don't think enacting violence is going to solve our problems in the long run. I would be more open to imprisoning these people for life than actually just killing them on the spot. Like, that feels gross. Because to me, that just feels not like... It doesn't make me feel like I'm that much better of a person doing that kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not vindictive enough. But I think there's different ways we can approach things. Although I will say, there is definitely more that we could be doing to be... I think there's things that don't work. Like, being completely peaceful in protests, that doesn't work. I'm not saying you need to be violent at protests. I'm saying you need to be disruptive. Because that's actually what worked. Like, in the civil rights movement, being completely peaceful was not what got things done. It was being insanely disruptive, doing things that were illegal, doing things that put your own life on the line. That's how you get things done. As a rational person, I think we should never have the state kill anyone as an animal, though. I should kill people. Okay. Here, let's separate the worst of the worst, like literal war criminals, and let's just talk about regular U.S. citizens. I think for regular U.S. citizens, the death penalty should literally not be a thing. And I think for me, this is the ultimate reason why. We have literally killed innocent people. Not guessing that they're innocent people. We knew they were innocent. The state knew they were innocent. And they still executed them anyways. And I think the number of people on death row who were innocent and that were executed was literally something like almost 10%. Even if it was literally just one person, though, I would still be against it. Just the very principle of it is insanely gross to me and should not exist in a normal society. Yeah, it's people of color. It's, yeah, mostly black men. At least in terms of proportion of the population. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Most of them were also the ones that were innocent, too. Also disproportionate. I mean, the death penalty is basically just an extension of Jim Crow, but like in a more quote-unquote humane way, or a more liberal way. Just be like, oh, we're not hanging them anymore. We're just doing lethal injection for crimes. No, you're not sounding foolish. So that's why for me, the death penalty is just something that I could never support. Even though, like, there, you can definitely make the argument that some people absolutely deserve it, and maybe on a moral level, I could possibly agree, but in actual practice, I could never agree because we just should not have a way for the state to literally legally kill you. I think that is extremely short-sighted. Like, instead of giving the state the power to kill people, what if we didn't give the state the power to kill people? Like, it just... I don't trust any government to have this responsibility. Let alone this country. So, yeah. Death of... Cause of death, Utah. So what you're saying is we should let the people decide? I mean... That is the idea of a democracy, is it not? I mean, unfortunately, though, the reality is that the death penalty actually is popular amongst the people. This is one of the few issues that, like, I definitely stand on the unpopular side of in this country. Even though it feels like it aligns perfectly with, like, leftist values. Because a lot of leftist policies and ideas are very much popular in this country if you just pull them as singular issues. But the death penalty definitely is not one that the American people are progressive on. Even just shown as a singular option. I mean, Americans love vindictive justice. Again, look at that California vote. For some reason, the American psyche is just in love with the idea of punishing people. Yeah, that too. People are like, but I know which people to kill. Okay, but see, here's the thing. For, like, genuinely awful people, you could theoretically make the argument that doing incarcerated labor on them would be better than just outright murdering them through, like, lethal injection or whatever. I mean, I still don't think we should have free incarcerated labor either, but, like, I think that's a little better than literally giving the government the ability to kill you. I guess. They... Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that's the thing. Our prisons are literally... We literally have a thing called for-profit prisons. So that's kind of the reason why we have an abuse of this... Like, abuse of the people, making them work, because it literally makes these prisons money because they are run like businesses. Like, these jails are literally businesses, which is psychotic. I don't think a prison should be something that is a business. For-profit prisons sound foul. It is literally just a real thing that we do in this country. Isn't the death penalty also impacting the crime rate as in making people fear it? That is... I think I'm not understanding what this statement means. Yeah, in this country, there is no. And that's the frustrating thing, because people in this country are so vindictive. We don't have any way to actually help people, one, avoid jail in the first place, avoid prison in the first place, but two, actually incorporate them back into society. In fact, we do the opposite. We literally put in your files that you were arrested, and if you're a felon, like, it is something that you have to disclose and that employers can find out, and you will literally be discriminated against. Maybe they won't tell you that they're discriminating against you because you have a prior conviction, but they absolutely will. And you also are legally obligated to tell. Didn't stop Trump? I mean, the president is allowed to do whatever he wants. Also, rich people in this country literally get preferential treatment in the court system. A lot of my friends steal from grocery stores because they simply cannot afford it due to being homeless. You want to hear something crazy, guys? If you steal from a major mega corporation, I think it is not only morally neutral, I think it is actually morally correct. I think we should be stealing from small businesses instead. Wait, true. We gotta make it so that Walmart is the only store ever. If you are a small business owner, here is my message to you. I hope your building blows up. Guys, this is a joke. This is not real. This is comedy. This is satire. I hope all small business owners blow up. Dirty satire. We're all jokesters in this chat. Finally, we can have a reason to put half a Walmart parking lot down there. True. Yeah, that is the end goal of this project, to put half of a Walmart parking lot down here. That much is certain. Think about the Costco. Nah, the Costco would not fit in here. Fun fact, I actually have been to the largest Costco in the world, because for some reason the largest Costco in the world is literally located in Salt Lake City. It is kind of horrifying to be in the world's largest Costco. You literally cannot see the entire store from the inside. Is it like an IKEA? I mean, IKEA is a lot more of like a maze rather than just like an open warehouse. Only a subset of IKEA is like Costco. Like, the only part of IKEA that's like Costco is like the very end where you're like getting like stuff from like those big shelves or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but There is also one singular IKEA in Utah, and I've been there as well. Tesco. I literally don't know what Tesco is. Like, I think it's a grocery store, right? Well, I don't know what kind of grocery store it is. It's all kinds of stuff. I feel like Tesco is probably closer to Walmart. Because Costco is specifically for bulk buying things, like big amounts of stuff. Like, Costco is mainly focused on, like, groceries and stuff, but, like, a lot of it is for bulk buying. It's a little different of a business model than something like a Walmart. Because also, Costco's main revenue is not even really the, like, purchases. A lot of it is literally the membership itself. Like, honestly, a lot of stuff at Costco is actually really cheap, like, comparable to Walmart. It's just the membership itself is a lot of the profit. Yeah. And they do sell things at, like, ridiculously cheap price. You can make your money back at Costco if you spend more than $700 a year there. Yeah, there's some calculation to it. Especially if you have the executive membership. I mean, for me, the most beneficial part of Costco is the fact that it is anywhere between 20 and 30 cents cheaper per gallon on gas. In my area, at least. Executive membership, I think you get a 2% cash back on all purchases at Costco. And they send you a check every year for it. Yeah. I think gas and pharmacy is excluded, but it's still for like like an actual family, that's still very worth it. Can you get strong vinegar there? I don't know what strong vinegar is. But like probably? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, Costco is more of a place for, like, the regular staples, for the most part. So, if it's, like, a highly specialized thing, then probably not, because I've literally never heard of 32% vinegar. Yeah. I mean, Costco has a ton of other cleaning products that you can buy. But that specifically, I have no clue. Costco is also a dangerous place if you have a sweet tooth. Whatever you do, do not go to the Costco bakery. Do not get the tiramisu Costco cups. I thought about getting those once. Want to try the double chunk chocolate cookie. It's such a calorie bomb. That cookie is only worth sharing. By the way, they're like just regular soft serve ice cream at the food court is really good, especially for the price. You know what's something I saw at Costco that I didn't see them sell before at the food court? They're apparently selling chicken tenders now. And from the looks of it, it's a complete calorie bomb too. Like I don't understand. I think it's like if you include the sauce, it's literally like a 1600 calorie meal. Like I don't get it. Dairy, like 20 kilometers north of here. That's some of the best ice cream you can get in Denmark. What kind of sauce is it? It literally just only describes it as dipping sauce on the menu board. I have not tried it, because that is so many calories for a singular meal. I would assume it's probably either a dupe of, like, Cane's sauce or maybe Chick-fil-A sauce. That's what I would assume. It's gonna be one of those two. Honey mustard. Yeah, it's probably a honey mustard. That's what I would imagine. Chicken is expensive? Is it? In this country, chicken is one of the most affordable proteins I can buy. Like, that's my protein of choice when I'm buying at the grocery store. Usually get ground meat on a 1+1 deal. Oh yeah, you should always buy on sale. I never buy meat when it's not on sale. Kidney beans, black beans. I prefer pinto beans, but beans are awesome. Chicken thigh is honestly a great protein to buy. To me, chicken thigh is just, like, better for most applications that I use it for. To me, it's more satisfying in like rice bowls and whatnot, and, like burritos. Plus, chicken thigh is just like really hard to overcook on like chicken breast. So chicken thigh is just like brainless cooking. Like I don't have to think about it at all. Cook stuff one pan, yeah. I mean, I do like meal prepping, so I just do like big batches of food, like once every week or two. So for me, I kind of want to just be able to like not have to like think about it when I'm cooking. And also, chicken thigh is just cheaper, so too picky. I mean, I'm a pretty picky eater too, but like chicken thigh is great. I mean, to me, chicken thigh literally just has more flavor because it's more fatty. Got 1.5 kilograms of thighs for $4 once. Made them with vegetables, cans of tomato, and the rice cooker. Boil a thigh. Huh. Yeah, I mean, sounds good. Yeah, honestly, the rice cooker is kind of an underrated, like, cooking thing, like, for, like, not just using it for rice alone. Like, it's kind of just useful for other things. I really need to use it more. Especially because I don't want to spend money on, like, a slow cooker. I'm too lazy. I'm also just a very lazy cook, though. I won't lie. So anything that makes my life easier, I will do. I have no idea what groats are. I'm not eating a thing called groats. Are groats just oats? Am I I have no idea what groat is. Okay, then I legitimately have no idea what you're talking about. Groated. It literally just sounds like a made-up word. Oh, groat. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. I'm not gonna say that people in the US don't eat it, but I literally don't know what it is. So, I mean, I eat oats. I had oats for breakfast, actually. Honestly, I kind of made a a yummy bowl of oats. I had it was oats, unsweetened cocoa powder, some peanut powder, and then some maple syrup. Yummy. Not the most nutritious breakfast, but it was still yummy, so I don't really care. And I don't really have that kind of thing often, so it's okay. Get into microwave oatmeal. I mean, that's the only way I make oatmeal, to be honest. I'm not pulling out the pit. I'm not pulling out the pot for oatmeal. I'm not turning on the stove. It's either that or you do overnight oats. But I'm not cooking it on the stove. Okay. I've heard of people eating buckwheat. I don't think it's like insanely popular, but I think people do definitely do eat that. Ah, fair enough. You ever listen to a song and go, yo, I'm digging this, and then you're actually digging? Hmm. Perhaps. Boy. It's just a nice little squad of guys down here. Right. Hello. Downgraded 7 minutes ago. Lovely. When did you start playing Minecraft? Very long time ago. Back in the Stone Ages, if you will. Or you made your account. I mean, that's actually true though. My current Minecraft account is younger than my first time actually playing Minecraft. Yeah, I've been playing Minecraft since it was called Minecraft Order of the Stone. Fact-checked and true. Computers didn't exist in Stone Age. Remember Minecraft Classic on the website? Yeah, that's actually my first real experience with Minecraft, was playing Minecraft Classic on the website. I used to do Lava Escape a lot. If you guys didn't play Lava Escape on Minecraft Classic, you were missing out. But yeah, I've been playing Minecraft since at least 2010. What inspired your mind this much blocks? Probably the military industrial complex. I think they really inspired me. Okay, but like old Minecraft was literally an unintentional horror game. Especially because everyone had terrible computers back then. So everyone played with like low render distance with that fog. It was terrifying. And there was just also less info about Minecraft. Did you ever play Minecraft with a black and white filter to make it look old? That's such a genius idea. Well, because my goal is to gig 1024 chunks, not blow up 1024 chunks. Hope this helps. I think TNT is like the turtles, right? My brain automatically blocked out Teo and just replaced it with Ted. Ted Cruz made that song. Tedo Cruz. Genius. Why don't you make TNT Duper reach your goal? Because, like I just said, blowing up the chunks is not my goal. My goal is to mine the chunks. It's more fun that way. Blowing up the chunks would be very boring. Dungeon crawler. No thanks, I'll walk. I only know Roblox and Minecraft. That is incredible. Wait, why would they have banned Roblox? Are they worried about predators or whatever? I mean, I feel like Roblox should be sued into oblivion for child labor, but that too. Is this like a Roblox reference? I have literally never played Roblox, by the way. And I feel like every day that passes, I am more and more glad I've never played Roblox. He's the CEO of Roblox? Oh, okay. Shouldn't play Roblox. Yeah, I mean... I have never played Roblox, so already on it. I always got weird vibes from Roblox. They get accused for using AI. That is like the least shocking thing ever, I think. I mean, look, I feel like for a lot of gaming channels, GTA 6 is just gonna be very lucrative anyways. I just think there's so many other games out there that you could play with friends that don't involve everything bad about Roblox. You can just find a better game to play. I mean, I would infinitely recommend Minecraft over Roblox. I don't think GTA 6 would kill Minecraft. Like GTA 6 and Minecraft videos, I feel like don't overlap nearly as much as they would have maybe in the past. I think Minecraft YouTubers will be fine to stick with Minecraft. Honestly, I think Roblox probably be fine as well. I mean, Roblox probably has a better chance to die in viewership completely unrelated to GTA 6. It's probably just going to be Roblox's own demise rather than anything to do necessarily with GTA. Maybe views will dip for a little bit because like GTA 6 is probably the most anticipated game of all time. Well, okay. Most anticipated game of all time that actually will come out at some point. We will not discuss Half-Life 3. Wow, 9-year-old you is kind of goated, Pixel. Incredible. Sorry, groated, as the kids say. How did I get the name Moma the Melon? Because I made that name when I was like 11 years old or something. That's how. That is a few too many E's. That is for certain. It is 15 E's. Lifesteal Season A has started. Firstly, I'm waiting for my next episode of Ethos Single Player World. Guys, I hate to say it, but I think we have encountered another child in chat. Alright, there we go. That is another chunk complete. Let's punch in the stats. 1 hour, 36 minutes, 1 second. Chunk-tacular. 8-year-old or 13-year-old Eastern European. Might be a true, though. Alright, let me punch in my stats. $15.2K blocks. Deep Slate. 13.5. Very good efficiency. What about Diamond Ore? 762. So that's 13 Diamond Ore. And then how many diamonds did I get? 30. Okay, and then update the overlay. 293. Alright, there we go. It's another chunk complete. Very nice. XD. I would flip that. X capital D's European. And then lowercase xd, I feel like, is more South American. Man. Man, I used to XD all the time, and then I hated being awesome. Now I don't XD anymore. What happened to me, man? Alright. Anyways, that's all the time I got for today. I did my chunk. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. SLC time, UTC -6. And then we'll probably do 3 chunks tomorrow, something like that. But yeah.